What we're not seeing is these almighty autonomous agents that can take over whole networks in just a few seconds. This is not happening. But we know that APT groups are using AI to support their efforts.
We're here at Proofpoint Protect in Nashville, Tennessee, talking all things cybersecurity and how it can be supercharged by artificial intelligence. Joining me now with more is Alexis Dorais-Joncas. He's the head of espionage research at Proofpoint. Alexis, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you here and sit down with you at the conference. I want to talk about the techniques that you're seeing right now when it comes to espionage actors.
There's just so much to talk about, right? But I figured I would take one example that is a variation of a very classic technique that we see, which is all about harvesting user credentials. So you probably received one of those, which is an email that contains a link that leads to a web page that asks for your username and password, right? What we saw this summer was new. It's a variation of this that was targeting some of our cloud users. And the way it worked, it started in the same way, with an email and a link, but instead of leading to a web page asking for passwords, it would ask for a very technical question about authorizing a remote device to access the target's cloud account. And it presented itself as a window with a big authorize button. And the targets would just have to click that button, and that would grant the threat actor full access to the cloud account, just like this. So it's very, very nasty because we've been training, educating our users for decades now on how to recognize a suspicious web page and to think very carefully before inputting their password in any web page. But in this case, it was just the click of a button was enough to complete the attack.
Interesting. How are you finding that APT groups are using AI today?
So in different ways, but I'm going to start with how they are not using AI. What we're not seeing is these almighty autonomous agents that can take over whole networks in just a few seconds. This is not happening. But we know that APT groups are using AI to support their efforts. There's the obvious feature of crafting spear phishing emails in bulk. So this is one of the common use case of AI right now. We also see APT groups use AI tools to help them develop their malware, just as any software engineer would do in their day-to-day life. We actually see when we analyze malware code, sometimes we can see code coming directly from AI tools straight imported in the malware. It's funny because we see that code well documented, well explained, something that software engineers should do, but oftentimes neglect. But AI is really good at doing that.
How do you see this trend evolving in the near term?
It's here to stay. Just as for normal day-to-day life, AI is a very powerful tool, and threat actors are going to leverage that, not only as the core technology evolves and become more powerful, but also as new tools, new AI-driven tools become available. Anything that can make threat actors' life more easy, they will adopt.
What are some of those tools or behaviors that you anticipate to shape this landscape this year?
So social engineering is here to stay this year and probably forever because it's so darn effective. That's for sure. A second thing would be, as we mentioned, AI. We'll see things that we cannot anticipate. Threat actors are really creative when it comes to devising new techniques to get to their objectives in a more effective way. But they're not alone in using AI in their day-to-day work. Us defenders at Proofpoint or any other vendor also have access to AI, and that helps us devise very, very powerful techniques to counter these attacks and better protect our customers.
Interesting. Alexis, we are ending by asking the people that I'm speaking with a fun question. So if AI could plan your next vacation, where would it be?
So if AI knew me really, really well, and I hope it doesn't yet, I guess it would send me somewhere really far, really, really remote, where there's a different culture, a different way of life that I've never experienced before. Something to just observe one of the beauties that this world has to offer.
Always good to try something new. Alexis, thanks so much for joining me here at Proofpoint Protect.
Thank you.
Thanks.